on the move. They won 3 conference games in a row, and they're really hot right now. Bethune-Cookman is pretty hot themselves, but the Aggies got seems like an upward movement.
Yes, the Aggies currently right now on a 3-game winning streak in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. They took a loss to UNC Charlotte, their final non-conference game of the season, losing 92-72. But they bounced back with a couple of wins over their rivalry, North Carolina Central, 67-63 in overtime, and then winning Saturday against Florida A&M, 75-68. So the Aggies are trying to continue their winning streak as, the MEAC conference is coming to a near end.
Well, they started the season out with about 7 or 8 losses in a row, and then they won 3, and everybody thought that the Aggies were on the way, and then they had another losing streak. And so right now they're on a streak that's down, and A&T goes up real quick there. Abdullah shoots a tray, and it's 3-0 A&T. But the Aggies have come a long way since the beginning of the season.
Well, they're going to have to make sure they keep that winning streak, as it's a quick basket by Bethune-Cookman. So the Aggies have to continue what's been winning since Coach Jay Joyner took over at the helm as the interim head coach. He stresses defense, and these guys have been winning as of lately by putting defense first.
Well, they've played a lot more players, too, I believe, and that helps out a lot, too. And I always believe the more players you play, the better practices you have.
Of course, they say it's better by the numbers.
Gotcha. A&T moves the ball very well and driving down and blocked.
And that was a great block by Bethune-Cookman's number 21. Let's look at the number. Yes, correction, number 23, Mario Moody.
Well, Bethune-Cookman leads the conference in block shots. They're averaging 6 block shots a game. So he got the early block here.
Well, they have the length. They have Laron Smith at 6'8", Mario Moody at 6'7", and Omar Manzi at 6'7".
And there's another block. 2 here in the early stage of the game. A&T comes away with another rebound after a long shot by Hunt.
Well, it still continues the hustle that we've seen ever since he's transitioned from football to basketball. Denzel Keys with the offensive rebound.
Well, Denzel Keys brings something special to the team that I like to see. Denzel plays from first whistle to the last whistle. And that's the carryover from the football team.
Yeah, great carryover. He continues to hustle on the offensive boards. But the Aggies right now are having problems with the length of Bethune-Cookman. Right now, in this game, Bethune-Cookman as a team has already had 3 blocks early in this first half.
Like I said earlier, Terry, they lead the conference in block shots with averaging 6 a game, and they're halfway to their average already. And when you talk about an average, that don't mean that you can't have 10 or 12. That's just the average over the season. But the Aggies control the ball. They've had most of the activity around their basket, but they have not been able to take advantage of it. And like you say, because of the ability of Bethune-Cookman to block shots, they just don't have the easy ones.
One thing you've seen this year is a lot of teams are going to a matchup zone. They're actually trying to mirror what has been successful for Syracuse University. And it sometimes has been a good thing for teams and also has been an Achilles heel.
There's shots cleared away by Abdullah for A&T. They got the numbers, and they got the advantage, and a basket. Denzel Keys on the tail end of a fast break.
Well, that's great unselfish play by Eddie Agadiva, but this is one thing you're seeing about this Aggie team now. They're running fast break that it all starts with defense, and now you're seeing a running Aggies team that is playing extremely unselfish, but they're looking for the player that's already ahead to get easy baskets.
All right, Terry. Shots taken and bottoms up. That's the man you have to worry about there. That's Ricky Johnson.
And Ricky Johnson is a redshirt senior. He sat out most of last year. He ended up having a concussion, and he wasn't cleared. And, it was a pretty severe situation, but it's good to see that Johnson is back out, one of these leaders for Bethune-Cookman.
Okay, we've got a tie at 5-all and a whistle, as Abdullah tried to drive the left side. Got cut off. So it'll be the Aggies ball under their own basket. Way back in the backcourt to Keys.
Well, the Aggies are going with a lot of balance, size, and also speed. by having Beckford, Hunt, Abdullah, Keys, as we see that Abdullah takes a three-point shot.
And now block out under the basket. And let's see, who was it? Was he successful in blocking out, or did he create a foul?
It's going to be a pushing foul on Ricky Johnson.
So good position on the basket created that foul. That's the second team foul, and the A&T has yet to foul, which is a good thing for the Aggies.
And it's the third time in a row the Aggies have had to go all the way in the backcourt to get the ball in. You know, that might be one of those rule changes that they may actually put in effect next year in the NCAA, that the ball, once it's in the front court, it has to stay in the front court to be inbound. And, you know, that's one thing that the Aggies have taken advantage of early in this first half.
All right, that was a beautiful pass that was thrown down in. And Beckford.
A lot of students cheering for their respective universities. So it's going to be, as always, a jam-packed house.
Okay, Bedford is on the line. He's going to convert the tail end of a three-point play, and that makes it 8-5. A&T's lead is 3. 15:42 remaining in the first half.
And the Wildcats, very structured under Coach Gravel Craig. You know, Craig took over this team that he was able to lead, as Johnson, like, he's shooting threes with ease against the Aggie defense.
Well, he just stepped back and pumped it. 8-8. Ricky Johnson is the man.
6 quick points for Johnson.
All from long distance. And a turnaround jumper by A&T. I'm not sure what that shot was predicated on, because he had a man open and just couldn't find him, apparently.
Well, Bethune-Cookman's being very patient.
And they have their first lead of the evening. Smith scoring for the Wildcats.
Like you said, they're going to have that those extended at length with Laron Smith, as well as Mario Moody and Omar Manzi.
Open to the basket. Nice pass underneath and another block shot, Terry. But this time the follow-up is good. Igardov scores for A&T. And coming down on the other end.
And that was a strong finish that time by Bethune-Cookman's number 1, Joshua Salam, because he had got fouled in the motion of going up and was able to be strong enough to reverse it and get the friendly roll.
So Igardov goes to the bench, and he's replaced in the Aggie lineup.
Like we see Austin Williams and also the freshman Deion James in the Aggie lineup. As you said, Spencer replacing Eddie Godiva and Sam Hunt.
All right, the Aggies clear away. It's Beckford on the rebound. Beckford ranks pretty high in the conference in rebounding. 12-10 is our score. Nice pass, looking down the right side.
The Aggies have to continue to move the ball with the pass, not to dribble, to try to find what they can.
Well, they got to get bodies moving. There's a long three on the way, and it's no good. Cleared away by A&T. The Aggies are rebounding very well.
And 3 of those offensive rebounds, of course, comes from Denzel Keys.
Another steal by A&T. On the break, do they have the numbers? No, but the shot's good. Denzel Keys got out in front and went all the way. Cookman off the glass.
And the Aggies get an opportunity to run. Yes.
Austin Williams was working the ball on the outside. He pitched it over now. The Aggies are kind of patient right here. Got 10 seconds on the shot clock. They're still on the outer perimeter. And as it goes down, that's 4 blocks, Terry. And they finally got it away, and no avail. And that's just plain good defense.
Excellent defense, but you know, when you have your guards, they're going to have to make a move. When they look at the shot clock, they're going to have to immediately get into a pick and roll action and try to attack the basket, attack the defender, make the defender get on his heels, and then once you can get past one or two defenders, now you have those open options. But right there, as you said, Spencer, great defense, 4 blocks already for Bethune-Cookman.
Well, Terry, as a coach, somebody's got to keep the eye on the clock, and whose responsibility is that in play?
Well, that's the whole entire team's responsibility.
Air ball picked away, and they want to call traveling, and they do keep traveling.
That traveling is on Diamante Lewis. And right now, Coach, seems like both teams, the Aggies have an opportunity to kind of break free from, the sluggish play right now of both teams. But right now, we don't see any team really just trying to make a move and go ahead and take advantage of it. So this is a Bethune-Cookman team. You do not want to keep them in the game because once these guys build confidence, it's going to be a tough night for the Aggies.
Would you say the game is kind of like the weather outside? Both teams are a little bit cold right now.
Yeah, it's cold. I can take the cold instead of the ice and the slipperiness.
Okay, it's 12-12, 12 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the first half, and we get another whistle. We got a sparse crowd tonight, but that's attributed obviously to the weather outside, but the enthusiasm is here.
Yes, it's Greek night tonight. We see a lot of fans wearing their respected sorority or fraternity apparel, and it's good for the students to also take advantage of it as well.
When they get it back out to Hunt, they love to have it in Hunt's hand, and hopefully he can get a clearance for a three-point shot, but they guard him pretty close because they know what his potential is. But instead they got it down low and created a foul.
And Spencer, that's already 5 team fouls on Bethune-Cookman. It was a hand-checking violation, but as Austin Williams was getting ready to go in to lay it up, even though the ball was dead, you saw the extended arms of Laron Smith. So the Aggies are going to have to either shoot above or just go into the chest of these big guys.
Well, that was a mighty quick 5-second call against A&T. Or was it a whistle?
Well, it's an offensive foul on Bruce Beckford with a push.
And see that, in football they call that a pre-snap foul or pre-snap violation. You really don't like those kind of things.
Yes.
Before the ball gets into play, you get a whistle.
Well, as long as it wasn't a dead ball foul, sometimes if the ball is still in the hands of the official and there's a dead ball foul, that results into a technical foul.
12-12 and a nice move on the outside. 11:47 remaining in the first half. And we've had an up-and-down ball game. Several ties here in the first half. Cookman has a chance to take the lead here.
And after the official timeout, Bethune-Cookman made several changes. Diamante Lewis, Randy Holmes, number 15. Have entered, the Bethune-Cookman, the Wildcats lineup. And, it seems like Coach Craig is trying to find, a couple of players that can actually change the energy or bring in some kind of momentum early in this game.
Okay, as you were talking at it, a foul, and A&T will get the ball.
When it gets into this matchup zone, once it goes to the middle, the player in the middle has to either attack or just turn quickly and look for the cutters or take that shot.
Okay, nice drive to the bucket. And a steal. And A&T is in the lane. I'm surprised they haven't called a lane violation against the Aggies, but the Aggies had 3-on-1. They stole the ball and couldn't convert.
Well, it was a great hustle play, but, you have players so close together that, you can't be afraid to just go up. I mean, of course, you can tell that the extended arms and the blocking of Bethune-Cookman has kind of made the Aggie players hesitant, but, you still got to go up for a shot,
Yeah,
you have a 3-on-1.
Sometimes you have a better shot than the one you gave up.
Yes. Especially on a 3-on-1 opportunity after a great defensive play by the Aggies.
For sure. Okay, Hunt's on the outside. He gives it over on the left side there to Abdullah. And another whistle. So we're getting an array of whistles here. That's A&T's fourth.
Now, I'll tell you, on that offensive foul by Denzel Keys, he was stationary, but that's one of those situations that the point guard has to run that defender off of his screener, because in this situation, maybe it was a missed call by the officials, but Keys was legal.
Okay. This has been a low-scoring game, and both teams are playing very good defense right now. And he just got one to roll off the rim, make it 14-12. And a steal. Nice defense. And all the way in for the layup. Very easy, DeMonte Lewis.
Well, that was great defense by Bethune-Cookman's Jordan Potts. The 5'11 redshirt junior out of Columbus, Ohio, was able to read the pass of Bruce Beckford.
So 2 quick baskets puts Bethune on top by 4. Nice pass down low. Makes a step, and did he walk or did he get fouled first? Which was it?
It's going to be a personal foul. That's going to be on Laron Smith. Oh, correction, Diamante Lewis.
So that's going to put the Aggies on the line. Bruce Beckford will shoot 2. 9:45 remaining in the first half, Terry.
And like you said, Spencer, 9 minutes, 45 seconds. The Aggies are already in the bonus. And this is a situation that they have to continue to penetrate and draw contact. And they just got to, if they can be able to do that, they just got to capitalize on their free throws, and they can bridge a gap between in this game just by being at the charity stripe.
Well, you know, the Aggies have improved tremendously at the charity stripe, too. And in that last game they had, couldn't believe the number of fouls that was created against Florida A&M and the number that A&T made. And, of course, Coach said that there's a reason that A&T is doing better on the free throw line. That's because of the laps and everything they have to run if they miss it in practice.
And that should be, you know, that's a good thing. And we got to take our hats off to Coach Joyner pertaining to the players, because, you know, the players have to be held accountable. And, you know, in games and tough situations like this, every point, every basket counts. Now, you're not going to make every field goal in a game, not every 3-point basket, but the goal is to at least as a team shoot 75 or 80% from the free throw line. You're going to be A-okay.
All right. Cookman, 16-14. Nice pass. And a good block by A&T.
And that was great defense that time by Eddie Godiva.
Abdullah gets it down on the right side. And Hunt drills one from the outside. 17-16 on the Hunt tray. Nice move to the bucket. And a whistle, and it's going to end up in a 3-point opportunity here. Good drive to the bucket by Jordan Potts. And Potts is everything for that team. He's short, but he's awesome.
5'10" junior, redshirt junior. And he played that tremendously after a 3-point make by Sam Hunt. Potts was ready to get the ball up the court quickly and draws a foul on Stephen Burrow.
Potts is the leading scorer on that team at 15.4 per game. Working the ball on the outside, very patient on the offensive side now.
You see number 4, Nick Reese, in the Aggie lineup.
And a shot from the corner. The tray is good. He got above, scoring from downtown, 20-18 A&T. So things are heating up on the floor now.
And I tell you, after the players that's prospered most under Coach Joyner has been Ahmad Abdullah and Eddie Godiva. After Coach Joyner took over as interim coach, these two guys have elevated their games. And you know, it's basically what Coach Joyner demands from him, not only on defense, but he's actually built up the confidence in Eddie Godiva, who struggled early. And Coach Joyner could see those great things about Godiva, and now it's paying off.
And now another basket by Sam Hunt on the other side, 22-20. A little excitement's being generated.
Well, you see now, Spencer, when these guys play team defense and they get easy fast break opportunities, the game becomes more exciting, more up-tempo, the same way the guys like to play. You know, now these guys want to play really fast break. Now you're starting to see the Aggies run with the pass instead of pounding so much. And it's and you see, of course, like you said earlier, coaches using a broader array of players.
The thing you said, Terry, was team defense. When you got team defense, that means everybody's moving, everybody's working. Good takeaway. Abdullah. He's pulling up, and he'll wait for the team to get set, which is pretty cool. They move it around the outside, waiting for somebody to break. There it is. He just couldn't go all the way with it. Nice defensive effort. And another three-pointer. Well, that's, I believe it's right inside the three-point range that time. Or was he?
That was a three-point basket by Abdullah.
Right near the line. There's two lines out there. The ladies' line and the men's line.
The Aggies currently got a 5-point lead.
It's up no good. Rebounded or near rebounded. Couldn't handle it. And it goes back to the Wildcats.
That was a great hustle by Laron Smith after that long rebound.
Oh, boy. They come right back with a three-pointer of their own. Potts on scoring. Potts is everything to that team. 25-23.
And Potts hesitated for the shot at first and then just hit nothing but the bottom of the net after that hesitation. So great defense by the Aggies. A greater shot by Potts.
As an air ball shot by A&T, coming away coolly with the rebound was Demonte Lewis, and a pull-up jump is no good. The long rebound goes into the hands of Reese. Reese gets it down court quickly, slips up, and shots taken, no good. But A&T rebounds. He rebounded, got his own shot. That was Reese working against two players down deep. A&T with a 2-point lead. And the basketball.
Aggies have plenty of time on the shot clock, so they have time to get a good look and a good shot. They just have to continue to be smart with the basketball.
Well, they've been fairly deliberate. Did he drag that pivot foot?
Yeah, he drug his pivot foot when he was looking to pass to a teammate.
Alexis Fletcher, please report to the scores table at halftime, please. Alexis Fletcher to the scores table.
Wildcats have an opportunity to tie or go ahead with 6 minutes remaining in the first half. It's been a well-played game. It's been slow, but a lot of defense down on the court. And there he is again.
I tell you, when you see a guy, yeah, I know, but Mr. Potts, when you see a guy dancing and shaking like that, you know, and you just see the pep in his step, you know, you're going to have to go up and you're going to have to go mano a mano and lock down defense to kind of slow him down before it gets out of hand.
But Potts is shorter than I am. He's only 5'10". And he's got all the minutes, too, to prove it in the lineup. So everything evolves around Jordan Potts.
Well, you can't take anything from this young man. He does put in the work. He's one of those hard workers for Coach Craig. He has some help. I mean, of course, remember they have 4 players averaging double figures. And, you know, with Bethune-Cookman, the way they're playing so far, they're still one of those teams that's a threat. Currently, they're ahead of the Aggies by 1 game, 6-5, 9-16 in the MEAC. I mean, 6-5 in the MEAC.
As a Goddard with a trade. And you're there. If A&T should win the game tonight, they'll pull even in the conference standing with Bethune-Cookman. They'll have identical records. As Potts again with an opportunity for an assist. He didn't get it that time, but the Wildcats fight for the rebound, and Potts comes up with the loose ball. And it was snatched away by A&T's Igadova.
And I tell you, that pass was a little bit too late for once Abdullah had it. Just go ahead and give it up to Keys because Bethune was able to recover.
Wide open down in the corner. And Whitaker scores for A&T. 31-26 on the trade.
The Aggies, go ahead, Spencer.
4 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the first half. And looks like there's another assist for Mr. Potts. He dropped it down low and made it very easy for Quentin Forrest.
And I tell you, when you see a player with the caliber of Potts, when he draws 2 or 3 guys and then throw, still able to look for his teammates for easy chippers, there's not too much more you can say.
Another shot from the corner. This time it doesn't work for A&T. The rebound is battered around. Abdullah comes up with it. He wanted to take a shot, made a bad pass, and was almost stolen back, but in his for Bethune-Cookman.
As both teams are in the 1-1, and you know, Spencer, this is what we talked about early when the Aggies had the Wildcats, already in the bonus, and the Aggies was we were speaking about the Aggies actually getting to the basket, penetrating, making them draw fouls. And now the Wildcats are actually in the bonus. Aggies got a break because number 12, Quentin Forrest, missed the first opportunity of a 1-and-1.
Okay, so the Aggies came away with the rebound. They got 7 seconds to shoot. A long shot from the corner this time by Keys does not go down. Long pass down court, and looks like a little bit of traveling, and it was. And, you know, sometimes traveling is still a little bit hard to determine because these guys take some big steps when they're close to the bucket. And I believe they can take how many steps? 2 steps?
Only 2 steps, but when it goes over, after you make a dribbling opportunity and you try to go over the head, they consider just looking at your feet that it's going to maybe drag, and that's what happens 9 times out of 10 unless you're high stepping, you know, between traffic. So it's almost a slippery slope.
And just in case you didn't know it, folks, we got Terry Cooper, who is a professional coach. So that's why I referred to coach and with these technical situations.
And that's going to be a hold. That's going to be a hold on Corey Dobie.
So Dobie picks up the foul here. A&T's trying to hang on to the halftime.
And that was a great box out by Randy Holmes against Corey Dobie. Dobie was literally just grabbing the guy. And so he was called with a holding foul.
So it's 1-and-1 for the Wildcats. And the Wildcats missed 2 1-and-1s in a row, back-to-back. 31-28, A&T with the ball.
And the way the Wildcats have been playing, if they would have connected at least on 75% of their one-on-one opportunities, this game would be tied. Right now, they're struggling. They're getting the opportunities, and they're struggling.
Now that was a beautiful drive, a fake. He got him in the air, and Whitaker just had an easy layup, and his man left in the dust.
Whitaker had an outstanding game on defense against Florida A&M. His length and his quickness, he was able to get easy baskets, cause a lot of unforced turnovers by Florida A&M. Coach Jay Jordan has a lot of confidence in this guy. He has so much upside, and once they can get him molded into that type of prolific player, he's going to be sensational.
Okay. First shot rolls around and cleared away by the Wildcats. You know, it's been a pretty good game since they got rid of the opening jitters. And holding his position, good.
And that's going to be a blocking foul. That's going to be a blocking foul.
Yeah. That has to do with that little circle around up under the basket, doesn't it?
Yes.
Because he held his position, I thought.
Well, it's the 4-foot restricted area. But a player cannot just fall if there's a minimum contact, because when that happens and you're inside of the restricted arc, that's going to automatically be a blocking foul. So that's a good call by the official.
Okay, that's going to put DeMonte Lewis on the line. He breaks the drought. 33-29. .218 before the half.
And those 2 free throws by Diamante Lewis, it keeps, Bethune close in this game. And like I said, there's plenty of time in this ball game. We're still in the first half. Both teams are, like you said, breaking those first few minute jitters, and we're just trying to see which team is going to break loose.
Well, in so many ways, these teams kind of mirror each other. They're very close in standings and also very close in many of the statistical categories that the conference holds.
So when you see a team with the length of Bethune-Cookman and they come out in the first minute with 3 blocks, you wonder why they do lead the nation, not only the conference, probably the nation in block shots.
Absolutely. Well, to be a good blocker, it requires good timing.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys are good athletes. A&T shot's no good. Follow-up is no good. A good over-the-shoulder rebound, and he ended up fouling, and that's all with great effort.
Oh, great effort by James Whitaker. I mean, he just elevated, got a good kiss off the glass. It just rolled in and out. So he draws a second personal foul, but, you got to applaud his hustle.
And it's interesting how this foul situation can change so rapidly. For a while, A&T was down 7-4 in personal fouls, team fouls. Now they have 10 and Cookman only 8. So everything that A&T does from now on will give Cookman 2 foul shots.
Right now, Diamante Lewis, 3 free throw makes in a row for the Wildcats. And I'm looking at his shoes. I mean, I think he's actually taking it down to the vintage of 85 of Jordan.
All right.
I'm sorry, 87. Wearing the I tell you, these kids, you know, when they really idolize Jordan. You see how much power Jordan has, as well as a brand.
Well, it's hard to understand how they pay that much money for these shoes, man. You know, a lot of kids have gotten killed over those shoes in some of these big cities.
Yeah.
If they didn't get killed, they get and roughed up and everything. But it's 32-33 A&T by a single point, and A&T will march to the free throw line on the other side. On the line for A&T, Kari Doby. And Doby gets the bounce. 34-32.
Yeah, you like to see what a free throw gives that friendly bounce and go through. Doby is
that went down and came out. 34-32 remains.
So we had a balance. One bounce all the way up and go in, and one goes in and bounces all the way out.
And there's a foul away from the ball. Now, they might give that to Mario Moody.
Offensive foul.
Yep.
Mario Moody is second. 10, team foul.
So both teams in the double bonus now. With a minute and 19 seconds remaining in the half.
And you see these unforced turnovers, you know, like a Mario Moody being called with a illegal screen. And now, like you said, both teams in the double bonus.
Turnaround lefty missed his shot and is knocked out of bounds. And A&T will put the ball in play under their own basket.
And when the Aggies got to deal with this length of Bethune-Cookman, they just have to realize when the ball goes up, they're going to have to put a strong body on this extended length of Bethune-Cookman.
Boy, what a great save that time in the corner. He nearly lost it. And I believe he's guilty of traveling. Okay, 59 seconds remaining. It was not a flagrant foul. A&T trying to protect the 2-point lead to go into the halftime. Cookman very patient. They got 11 seconds on the shot clock. Looking for a screen and a steal by A&T. And was knocked out of bounds, last touch by a Wildcat. So now A&T will have 35 seconds to play.
And that's great defense by James Whitaker. I mean, you look at Ricky Johnson, only 5'10", and James Whitaker 6'5", and with a 6'9", 6'10" wingspan. Just great defense by the sophomore.
The Aggies are going to try to milk it down to the post for the last shot opportunity.
But they're going to have to get some kind of inside presence as Beckford.
There it is right there. Beckford went up. He was hit on the arms, but the whistle did not blow. And finally it does, but whose favor?
And that's going to be a foul on Denzel Keys. And it was just great hustle, overall hustle by both teams.
So that's going to bring the Wildcats to the line with an opportunity to tie the score with teams being in the double bonus. 34-32 makes both of them. We got a halftime score of 34-34 possibly. But we still have 12 seconds left. So A&T will have time to get to the other end of the court.
Yes, and they're going to have to we have Potts on the line, you know, Jordan Potts on the line shooting 2. And, you know, with all the great outside perimeter shooting that Potts does, you know, you wonder if he can hit the chippers, but
you don't look for Potts to miss a shot like that close to the half. Potts' second shot. He makes the adjustment, and A&T.
Well, it seems that Bethune-Cookman is in a matchup zone. Now, if they go man-to-man, you want to see if you can get a 1-4 low and get a screen for a player like Hunt.
I think what the A&T would like to have had happen was to have Hunt to have an opportunity for a three-point shot as he was driving to his left-handed side, and he's a left-hand shooter.
You got to remember, Bethune-Cookman has these extended arms.
It's high off the glass, shot no good, and a long throw down. And that's the end of
at the percentages. Both teams, luckily, even though Bethune is down by 1, they're shooting 48%, 12 of 25, 4 of 10 from the three-point line at 40%. But the Achilles heel, 10 opportunities to the line, only shooting 5 of 10, which that's going to be something that's going to hurt them if they continue to shoot 50% from the free throw line.
Well, they're getting 16 points. A&T's 8 in the paint, and they got 7 to 2 on turnovers. So they're kind of balanced out here in the first half, and the halftime scores kind of reflect that as A&T leads 34 to 33. The Wildcats have the ball to open the second half, and they've had 2 opportunities here and failed to score, and A&T's Abdullah comes away with the ball.
Well, that was a quick shot by Potts, coming right out of another opportunity, so to say, for Bethune-Cookman to try to take a lead. They didn't even hit the rim, so Bethune stays with that matchup zone.
Nice bounce pass down low, and the turnaround jumper is good. Igadova scoring for A&T, 36-33.
And I tell you, Igadova has actually did a major turnaround since Coach Joyner has taken over. I mean, his confidence is elevated. His shooting. I mean, so far he's averaging 13.3 points a game since Joyner has taken over as the head coach.
Well, he's emphasized that defense, and I tell you, you can see the difference. And a whistle. A&T has the advantage of it. They'll have the ball.
That's going to be an offensive foul on Laron Smith, as he's called with the offensive foul as he was palming. He was actually grabbing Bruce Beckford to try to make that hook shot. So right now, both teams, only one team foul.
Well, as you pointed out so many times, Bethune-Cookman is still staying in that zone. A&T's been very patient, though, working around the outside. Get it down deep corner. Shot's good. Igadova with another three-pointer.
That was more like a 1-4 low, and Igadova has proven himself to be a corner shooter, and he continues to heat up 5 points. All 5 points in the second half for A&T is by Igadova.
Nice pass, nice move to the bucket, and wide open for the shot, and he lays it up. That's Laron Smith. Hunt controls the ball for A&T on the outside. Almost walks. Aggies trying to set it up. He got it open to the bucket, and by the time he got there, the Wildcats had recouped and partially blocked shot. They on the fast break, and wow, what a move! I mean, he left him in the dust.
He not only did that, he split them. He split the defenders, and I mean, outstanding ball handling by Potts. And then to find his wide open teammate, Joshua Salam, for an open three. We heard one of the fans said he better hit that shot.
Up for A&T. Igadova scoring again for the Aggies. He's hot.
Yeah, Igadova is smoking. That's 7 straight points for Igadova.
And a long from downtown, but coming away with the rebound is Igadova.
And the Aggies have to continue to run, have to continue the tempo. And this is the time that you don't want Bethune-Cookman to set up in their zone offense. You want to try to take advantage of fast break opportunities.
I like to see a scorer, man, because when you score, you're the first one back on defense. And he got back and got the rebound and put A&T back in the game. And who's up there but Denzel Keys? I mean, what a move.
And I tell you, that might have to be a Sports Center moment for our production crew to kind of send that in, because, I mean, great move to the basket by Hunt. Missed, but had Bethune-Cookman with their head down. And, of course, Denzel Keys, strong finish.
Hey, Mr. Potts working on the other side of the court, and he drives and fouled. And that's going to put Mr. Potts on the line.
And Potts was just, I guess the energy of the game between Igadova and Potts, it wasn't no love lost. They're just actually the energy. When you're a basketball player, both players get hype. But that will be a foul on Eddie Igadova, only his second personal foul. So you're starting to see 2 players within Potts and Igadova not only scoring but being able to find his teammates. This game is getting exciting now.
All right, Potts on the line. Potts will be shooting 2. A&T is leading 43-38. Potts can cut that 5-point, cut into that 5-point lead. Now, surprisingly, Potts is not the greatest foul shooter on the team, but he certainly gets a lot of opportunities, and whenever he gets hot, he's going to hurt you.
Yes, most definitely. But when he's at the free throw line, that's when you can really cause some problems. As you know, outstanding of a player he is at the point guard position. You know, a player such of his caliber should not shoot no less than maybe 75% from the free throw line.
Absolutely. Oh, what another turnaround. Igadova is on fire.
And like I keep telling you over and over, Eddie Igadova, sometimes it's the difference of the defense, and that's going to be a holding foul on Potts. And Potts just wanted to stop that fast break opportunity with the great defense of Denzel Keys to really get another layup or dunk opportunity and just bring down the house.
You know, that's the kind of foul that is created. You don't even know you're doing it half the time because you're just a reaction. You don't want that guy to go and make that shot after he steals the ball from you. So you're going to do everything you can to stop him, including a foul. That's what he did. But A&T they've got the momentum. And another shot. Abdullah. 47-39, A&T's biggest lead. Right now, the Aggies are in control.
And they're starting to, and then you start to see the energy change as a deep three that time by Ricky Johnson, no good. Strong rebound by Bruce Beckford.
Beckford is one of the leading rebounders on the team for A&T. Potts taking a look at Abdullah. He gives him a little room. Abdullah breaks to the basket, and it is no good.
Right now, with the great play of Eddie Igadova in the beginning of the second half, the Aggies are able to take a 9-point lead. And, you know, like I said, we keep saying over and over with Coach Jay Joyner taking over as an interim head coach in the second part of the season. This team has elevated, and like you said, he was his first night. He had these guys running and conditioning, getting these guys' legs under them because, you know, you can't be a great team if you're not in shape.
That's exactly right. That court can be very long when you're tired, and you tend to create foul problems and other problems for your teammates when you don't hold up your own share because of fatigue. Turnaround jump is good.
And Igadova is just smoking 19 points. That's 19 points for Igadova. And great shooting, 8 of 12 from the field.
And he only had 8 at the half. On the other end, rebound, gets his own rebound after the shot. Nice pass underneath. Turnaround jumper and a nice floating shot.
And Laron Smith, it's tough for Bruce Beckford to try to block that shot over the long, lanky arms of Laron Smith.
Yeah, Hunt's working the ball. Hunt's the man on the outside and driving. And the turnaround, he had the shot at first and then he gave it up. Sometimes the shots you give up, oh, wow, what a good move there. And they come up with the basket. That's Laron Smith.
That's 4 quick points for Laron Smith.
When you have that opportunity down under the basket, I was about to say, you have to take that shot. You can't give it up because the shot that you're going to take after that is going to be worse than the shot you gave up. It'll be more difficult.
Yeah, very difficult. In that situation, Beckford had 2 players, Bethune-Cookman players on him. As you see, Igadova takes another shot opportunity and it just falls short this time. But the Aggies just have to be wise with the ball.
Well, shooting from the outside and nearly rebounds off the fingertips of Smith, and A&T comes up and under the basket, a little pressure and a foul.
And I tell you, that's great hustle by Laron Smith. A great fast break opportunity, an easy basket for Denzel Keys, but continue hustle by Laron Smith to stop that easy layup.
Right.
And it results in a foul on Denzel Keys.
He picks up his 3rd foul. So those kind of layups, you have to cash them in, especially with a team of your own caliber. And I say of your own caliber because in the conference, they are both just a game apart. And a win by A&T tonight will tie them up going into the last half of this conference season. Oh, what a nice shot.
Yeah, Diamante Lewis, step back, mid-range shot. Lewis is 6'3", 195-pound junior out of Ocala, Florida.
Fall away jumper by Hunt. Off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Holmes.
Yes, so, it's only just a 4-point lead for the Aggies against Bethune-Cookman. They're having their runs, but Bethune is still playing their type of basketball, being patient, taking advantage of those opportunities.
Well, that seems to happen when your team, you're on a run, then you end up missing a couple of what looks to be easy buckets, and the other team catches fire from that. And then they get a run of their own going, and they're right back in the game.
Yeah, 4 points for DeMonte Lewis. And right now, Spencer, this is back to a 2-point ball game, 2-point lead for A&T.
Just like that. Doesn't take but a instance. Hunt trying to get some order back in the game. He didn't do it. Now Cookman can take the lead or tie. Off the glass, good.
And that's
Monte Lewis again.
Great
51-51.
Yeah, great basketball execution by Bethune-Cookman. Lewis on a run of his own, 6 straight points.
Mark it down. 11:51 was when that basket was made, and we got the tie as the Wildcats are caught up. Hunt.
The Aggies are going to have to try to get something with Burrow inside to maybe get Cookman out of the zone.
Up under the bucket, and the shot's missed again up under the glass. Aggies fighting for a great effort. You can't blame the Aggies for lack of effort. And a long shot from downtown, no good, but the rebound is taken away and lost out of bounds.
Bethune refuse to just lay down. I mean, you have Laron Smith and Diamante Lewis come in at the second half, and they're actually putting the team on their shoulders. Even though they were trailing, they actually got a run of their own, and this is a whole new ball game tied at 51.
Nice little turnaround off the glass, a little bit strong, and coming away with the rebound. Once again, Laron Smith. Lewis works it on the outside, and the floater down under. The turnaround jumper is off the glass, and it's good.
And what do you rate that turnaround jump hook?
I rate that one as at least an 8.
It was a tough basket by LaRon Smith. And as we were saying, LaRon Smith as well as Diamante Lewis came in this second half, when Bethune was trailing with a great run by the Aggies, and they labored and fought their team right back into this game. Opportunity, now they have the lead, have an opportunity to increase on their 2-point lead.
53 it remains, 53-51. So the Aggies find themselves trailing with 10:19 to go. The Wildcats have a sticky defense of their own. They play good team fits, and they switch off very well. And what a nice layup by Hunt.
Yeah, great move by Hunt into
used
traffic.
The glass that time certainly to his advantage.
Yeah, right into the land and extended arms of LaRon Smith.
And driving to the bucket. He put his shoulder down, but the foul is called against A&T.
That's going to be a hand-checking foul on Sam Hunt, and that's the 4th team foul on Sam Hunt. So Hunt is in foul trouble with 9 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the game. He's got to go out of the game with 4 personal fouls.
That's a long time to have your ace backcourt guy to be on the bench. From the corner, off the glass. Rebound, last touch by A&T as it went out of bounds. I believe fighting for it and touching it last was Bruce Beckford. Beckford is the leading rebounder for A&T. Oh, what a nice blind pass. He wasn't ready for it. He had a wide open shot to the bucket if he had.
I tell you, and Potts is one of those players that you can tell that he said, look, just keep moving. The ball will be there. And in that situation, that one little slight hesitation by Holmes was caused the turnover for Bethune-Cookman.
Nice pass outside. He had a open momentarily, and there up under the basket, and another roll away by Whitaker.
And with that basket by Whitaker, the Aggies have regained the lead.
So it's a seesaw contest right now. A good spectator game, but
and there's going to be a technical foul on Denzel Keys. And I tell you, Spencer, this is one thing that players have to realize, that they have to be careful with their emotions, especially in such a close game, because Denzel Keys was called for a personal foul, but then it's the extra players say, or they say away from the ball. Now he's charged with a technical foul, and that is the 15th foul on Denzel Keys. I mean, a very key player, but, for players, young players out there listening to this broadcast, you have to still maintain your composure. It gets into a great game like this. Now Keys has to sit out the remaining of the 9 minutes, 14 seconds because he gained a personal foul and a technical foul that results into a personal foul. So he's out of the game.
Yeah, he's got second most minutes in the ball game to this point. He's played 26 minutes, right behind Abdullah.
So that puts Ricky Johnson at the line. It's going to shoot the technical. And then because it was a 1-and-1, they'll go and line back up, and he'll shoot they'll shoot the 1-and-1.
Bottoms up. So you get 2 shots there for the personal, for that technical.
And it's something we've seen early in this game. Whenever the officials call a foul, we always tell, we let players know, whoever your captain is, if you have a question about a call, feel free, or if the coaches have a question. But when players continue with the extra effort or the additional, then that puts your team in jeopardy of getting the technical foul. So players still have to maintain their professionalism and just go out there and play ball.
Okay, so they were awarded the ball instead of being on the line, and this time it was going against Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah, and the reason why 17, actually it was 7 team fouls. His foul made it the 1-and-1, so actually it was supposed to be a 1-and-1 situation after the technical.
55-55. The game is tied once again with 8 minutes and 57 seconds. From the outside, the front of the rim, no good. Wiped away and clean. Potts jumper, and Potts scores.
I'll tell you, you can see that bounce in his step with Jordan Potts.
Potts has the ability to take over the game whenever he needs to. Coming back on the other side for A&T. Abdullah scores for A&T. Put the Aggies on top with a 3-pointer.
And in that play, just back-to-back after Abdullah hit that shot, heads-up play by Potts to find Holmes wide open for an easy 2.
58-59, A&T trailing by a point. Lots of time left in the ball game. Each team has to maintain its composure at this point.
And it's a traveling violation on James Whitaker.
Turnovers at this point can become very critical.
And, the officials are really getting on the players about the taunting and the extra activity. Even though we know that some of the players, they feed off, especially road teams, they feed off the energy of the home team. And even though it's out of just for the love of the game, we want to make sure that players don't lose the sportsmanship.
All right, driving and had the ball taken away, literally taken away. A&T on the break, and he missed the layup, and the follow-up, and a foul.
Fun, of course, Bethune-Cookman's on the road. Of course, they got to try to use the home team to their advantage, but right now it's just been too many technical fouls, a couple on A&T, one resulted in the fifth personal foul and the, fouling out of Denzel Keys. And now Igadiva connects on the 1 of 2. And before then, after that foul and got Igadiva on the line, Austin Williams and Holmes get personal fouls, which they offset, so it's a jump ball possession. And like you said, Spencer, this is an exciting game by both teams, and they're fighting for seeding and of course, positioning. And we're just going to see how it goes out.
And a foul is called on the other end against Martin Jones. He hand checked too far out and paid a price for it. So once again, keep in mind and mark it down at the 7:21 mark. We have a tie game, 59-59.
And what we was talking about earlier, Spencer, is 1-and-1 opportunities. Bethune-Cookman already in the bonus at 7 minutes, 21 seconds remaining in the game. The Aggies, Bethune has been good, only committed 5 team fouls in the second half.
A&T is up to 9, so they got to be extremely careful. He misses the second, and A&T comes away with the rebound.
He got him 19 points, 6 rebounds, in 25 minutes of action. But when you look at Bethune-Cookman, they already have 3 players in double figures.
Shots taken, no good. Rebound fought for and wiped away clean by Mr. Lewis. And there's go Potts. Potts being challenged, finds a man wide open under the bucket. All he had to do was just turn around and lay it up and in. Somebody missed the assignment.
I tell you, Laron Smith, in that situation, if he'd have missed that floater, all he had to do was take one more drop step for the easy dunk. So, and he was lucky on that occasion.
Nice first move, and can he follow up with it? No. Rebound fought for and out of bounds. Last touch by A&T, obviously. Whitaker working hard.
And quickly we see Sam Hunt and Deion James return into the Aggie lineup as they replace Martin Jones and Nick Reese.
Well, he can't let A&T can't afford to let its feelings get too deeply involved here and they start doing silly things, because right now Bethune-Cookman has remained very cool and they have the lead at 62-59, and we've got 6 minutes and 19 seconds remaining.
And
so Aggies cannot allow Bethune-Cookman to kind of pull away here, easily and 1 point at a time. And in and out, a great break for A&T for the moment. Abdullah. Up under, working, trying to get up, and it's a foul.
That's a strong move by the freshman Deion James out of Tucson, Arizona.
Ron Smith picks up his 3rd foul. That's going to put A&T on the line. Deion James. He makes the person much needed. The Aggies have got to keep those guys right in their sights. They can't allow them to get 5, 6, and 7 point leads at this stage of the game.
Oh, most definitely they cannot, because now the momentum has shifted in Bethune-Cookman. Although the Aggies are down by 1, Bethune really has control of the game, and the Aggies are going to have to get a couple of stops and kind of break the Wildcats' momentum.
Wildcats working on the outside, trying to get it down deep. A lot of movement. A&T's defense is holding up very well. Now they pull a double team and end up picking up the foul. They had him with the double team, but then got a little bit too aggressive, and Igadiva picks up his 4th. So A&T is in team foul. Several players now in bad shape with the foul situation. Potts is on the line.
As Potts hits the first.
Potts is the kind of person you feel like he misses a lot, perhaps in the first half, and but in the crunch, this is the guy you want on the line. He made both of them.
Well, you look at Potts' body language, Spencer. A lot of coaches be like, I don't know about this guy, but this guy, we've seen him play, and I've kept a tab on him as Igadiva misses that shot. I kept a tab on this guy. this guy is the full package as a point guard. He can score, but he's more of that kind of point guard to say, I'd rather my teammates score, and that builds his energy. And then when they leave him open, it's lights out.
It's obvious this coach echoes your feeling on that, Terry. And when you look at the stats, he means everything to this team. You know, when you talk about glue, he's the glue. Look at that. It looked good until it bounded away, but they came back with the rebound, so they got more time off the clock.
And with his teammates, as hard as he works to get them open, they can live with the shots that he sometimes take, because they know that he's going to look for them first. He's going to be the true point guard. Said, okay, let's pass first, and if my team, if they leave me open, then they're going to advise me or want me to take those shots.
Right. And that whistle goes against A&T, and that's going to put Ricky Johnson on the line. So, like I say, they got to keep Bethune in sight, Terry.
Yeah.
And right now, they're in danger of not doing that. Another free throw. A little peck here, a little peck there, a missed shot, and a rebound to the defense, and you're right back out of business.
Well, basketball is all about runs. It's all about streaks. And, when you get in a close game like this, then, you just try to take advantage of what the defense gives you over and over. And if you continue to play your style of game and your tempo, quick shots from one team can result in easier opportunities for you, for your team. So A&T is going to try to get a quick. They're going to have to get a quick score, not necessarily a three, because still plenty of time, but they're going to have to get a quick score to kind of change this momentum.
Another miss and another rebound for the Wildcats. So the Aggies are trying to work the ball down low, but the big man won't allow it.
And as you can tell, after that tough shot attempt by Eddie Agadova, you see what Bethune-Cookman is doing. They're starting to patiently use the clock.
Absolutely.
They milk that because they're going to milk that clock.
And an easy layup that time was missed by Cookman. And I believe it's going to be goaltending. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left, Terry.
Still anybody's ball game. The Aggies are only down by 3, 63-66. And, we talked about this. This game has actually been close all the way from the beginning. Both teams started off slow, but when the Aggies got their run, Bethune-Cookman, thanks to Diamante Lewis as well as Laron Smith, fought back into the game. And now it's still anybody's ball game.
And A&T fought for the rebound, but instead, Laron Smith beat two Aggies and drew the foul. And that's going to put him on the line.
And Eddie Godiva has committed his 5th personal foul. And it's been an outstanding game for Godiva, 19 points. And, he was a spark plug to give the Aggies their run. Correction, 20 points in the game, 7 rebounds in 29 minutes. But he's going to have to watch the rest of this game from the sidelines.
Well, Denzel Keys is already out of the game with 5 personal fouls. Godiva is now out with 5. Hunt has 4, so his defense has to be tentative.
And on top of that, Spencer, as we're talking about the foul troubles that the Aggies have had, when we look at the team fouls, Bethune is in the double bonus, and the Aggies haven't even reached the 1-1.
Laron Smith shooting. 67-63.
And, Spencer, as much as we talk about Laron Smith, he has a quiet, and we can truly say quiet, 19 points, 8 rebounds, 1 block. His co-partner, Mario Moody, has 3.
Shots taken, and Bethune-Cookman is blocking out. Randy Holmes got great position on the rebound, so A&T is back under the gun again. They have got to score when they come down the court. And the Wildcats are doing a very, very smart thing now, just working on the clock.
Now, as a guard, you got to go up there, even though there's no, 5-second count. You got to get the ball out of Potts' hands. And great defense by the Aggies. It's going to be a jump ball situation, and the ball goes to A&T.
It's a great advantage for A&T there because he was on his way once again. And A&T just, the guard They just allowed them to play with the ball out there, and the clock just rolling right down. So A&T is under a clock watch at 2:27 remaining.
And, you know, with the elimination of the 5-second count, not an option. But what the Aggies have to take advantage of, right now you see that Bethune is in a 3-2. The Aggies can get into like an angle 2-1-2 and be able to get an easy shot inside. It's still only down by 4 points, and that's great penetration. But they got to try to score, which they did, just fell short of that opportunity.
Looked to me like as he tried to drive, he got too far under the basket before he put his shot up. And that's happened several times in the last 10 minutes.
Well, that's a good opportunity for Whitaker. You know, he needs to, too bad he didn't finish. And great steal by Whitaker.
Great steal. And the dunk on the other side. Maybe that was what they needed.
And that's a great heads-up play by James Whitaker. I mean, right now he came in to the game after the timeout with a vengeance to get to the basket. You know, you're trying to get a shot over Laron Smith, but he didn't give up. He continued to play tenacious defense and was able to get a quick steal. Aggies still only down by 2, plenty of time in the game.
Turnaround jumper, and the ball is stolen away momentarily. And the whistle is against Bethune-Cookman, and A&T will have the basketball and an opportunity to tie.
Well, the Aggies now are finally in the 1-and-1 as that foul was on Laron Smith, called with a push. So the 4th personal foul on Laron Smith.
17 foul.
Because Deion James did have great box out position and got ready to go to the ball. Laron Smith gave him a push in the back, so it was a good heads-up call by the official.
Let's see if the Aggies can hold up with that free throw effort. They did not. Missed on the front end of a 1-and-1, which could have tied the game had he made both. But instead, Cookman has the ball with 1:24 remaining, 65-67. And just toying with the ball in time, and the defender is allowing them to do it. I think it needs to get a little closer. And he draws the foul on the outside.
That's going to be on Deion James. And as we said, Spencer, it's going to, Bethune-Cookman has been in the double bonus. They've been shooting better at the free throw line in the second half, but they're still allowing the Aggies to stay in this game. So Potts is at the line shooting 2. Aggies still a 1-possession game.
Potts has been hot here in the second half at the free throw line. 3-point lead, a 1-possession game for the Wildcats. And a 2-possession now, 65-69.
Now all the Aggies need is a quick 2, try to get a strong penetration to the basket. Really don't need a 3-point shot opportunity, but they got to get the ball and try to penetrate.
As en route to the basket, a foul call against Cookman. A&T is going to go to the line again. Now, when A&T played Florida A&M, their salvation was the free throws that they made late in the game.
Exactly.
They just missed a critical free throw a moment ago. Let's see what happens here. That's Hunt on the line, and he's the best free throw shooter on the team.
Well, Sam Hunt, very clutch free throw shooter. And when he gets to the line, he shoots with confidence. It doesn't take too long. He stays within his shooting rhythm, and that's just a lot of practice. You know, pushing yourself to the fullest, and then when you're at the free throw line, shooting 1- or 2-second free throws, and it pays off.
Both free throws made, so it's a 2-point game again.
And Potts can run the baseline. There's plenty of time, so the Aggies do not need to foul. They just got to come down and play great defense. Even though we're under 1 minute, 20 seconds now on the shot clock for Bethune-Cookman.
Here we go again. Abdullah's giving him too much room, I think.
Now, right now, Abdullah's okay because they're going to dribble the clock down, but it's still, they just got to play a great defensive sequence. A tough shot by Johnson. Great rebound, and it's a shot clock violation. So that was a great opportunity.
They're going to, right now, they look like they're setting up in a 2-3 zone.
And they're going to be in a 2-3 zone. And as they always say, when they're even, you're odd, and when they're odd, you're even. So it's in a 2-3. So the player they're looking for is either Hunt, and Hunt's going to try to attack early. And then Hunt gets the friendly roll. But right now, 18 seconds on the clock. So, you know, it's going to be down to the wire as the ball is in the hands of Mr. Potts.
Potts working against Abdullah. 8 seconds and a timeout. 8.2 seconds to get off a shot.
They look for the ball to be in the hands of Potts.
Clock is ticking down. Potts got the ball. Potts is going to drive. Potts pulls away, and Potts hits. No good, and we into overtime. 69-69. So the Wildcats will have first opportunity here. Shots taken, no good, and rebound. And blocked away by A&T, and bodies on the floor, and a whistle.
And that foul is going to be on Nick Reese as both teams were battling for the ball.
That's Nick Reese's first. 69-69 into overtime. First shot is good. That's Randy Holmes. Randy's second shot is also good. So a 2-point lead right off the bat by Bethune-Cookman. Went into a 5-minute overtime period.
Well, it's a double. It was a double personal foul. This foul was on Nick Reese. So this game came into a very exciting game. It's been exciting and close throughout. Both teams did come in with their run.
Hunt pulls up for the jumper, and Hunt ties it up for A&T. 71-71.
And now they've moved Ricky Johnson at the point and Potts at the off guard.
Driving along the right side, and good defense by A&T. Made him go back and rethink that play. A&T really playing sticky defense at the moment. Looking for a screen, trying to find an opening to the bucket, and this is off at the last minute, and the dunk didn't work, but he picked up a foul.
Well, that's great ball movement, great ball penetration by Potts as Potts has moved to the off guard position. And you're going to see a lot of penetration between Ricky Johnson and Potts. LeBron Smith just missed an easy chipper. And that foul was on Deion James.
So Smith for two. He misses one. That's the first one they missed in quite a while from the free throw line.
It's a double night for Laron Smith. 19 points, 10 rebounds.
.354 remaining. He's taking plenty of time, and he should. He drains it. 72-71.
So we got our first 2010 man of the night.
A&T with his hands good to tie or take the lead. Hunt has the ball. And he has swooping left-handed. And that was from the opposite side of the basket. Oh, what a move made down court by Potts.
Well, he switched hands on him. Hunt switched hands as LeBron Smith thought he was going to go right-handed. And, of course, Sam Hunt, a southpaw, was able to just finish left on the opposite side of the basket.
And from the outside, guess who's shooting? Potts with a three.
And I tell you, Spencer, this has become an exciting game with the battle of two players. I mean, just overall great team play.
Hunt driving again. He pulls up, and the shot's blocked and taken away from Hunt. Smith exerting himself. So now the Wildcats with a 2-point lead and the ball. Potts on the outside. He has a green light to do anything he wants to do. And he picked up a foul on the outside.
Yes, and that was a tough foul for Deion James, especially with Potts going around the corner off that screen with a lot of speed. You don't want to hedge too high. If not, he's a possibility he can split the screen. And now you have a 5-on-4 in the front court.
Potts can treat all of those kinds of schemes just by its appearance. He's good. He's one of the guys that I've seen come in here this year. really living up to his potential.
And like you said, we was looking at, he's already played 40-plus minutes. Right now, 18 points, 6 assists, only 3 turnovers.
Well, he's averaging 37 minutes a game, so you know how much the coach depends on him.
And you know how much Gatorade he's going to need after the game.
A&T's going to have to be very careful with the ball now. Pull-up shots, no good. Rebounded by A&T. This time it's good, but a whistle before the shot.
And that's going to be a foul.
James is going to go to
Randy
the line.
Holmes, on fouls on Randy Holmes.
77-73. Every point is critical. 2:26 remaining. First one is good.
And we've seen a lot of playing time within Deion James. You know, a 6'8" freshman.
And it gets the bounce. 75-77. A&T backed it within 2. Potts will get it in, but he'll get the ball right back, get the first chance.
And they get it into their experienced point guard, Ricky Johnson.
Well, they got 2 very fine backcourt men. They don't lose a step with both of them being in the game.
Well, you have both of those guys of that caliber on the same team.
And that's from downtown. He misses this one. Great rebound by A&T. Abdullah pulls up. Off the glass, no good. The Wildcats continue to get great rebound position.
Well, it's going to be a defensive matchup on both ends by both A&T and Bethune-Cookman. We know Bethune's going to be very patient with the ball. They're using that clock to their advantage. Still plenty of time for the Aggies. Only a 2-point deficit against Bethune.
And Bethune again is utilizing the clock, working on the outside. A whistle under the bucket.
And that's a strong penetration by Ricky Johnson. And, you know, you can't let a guy like Johnson or Potts turn to get their shoulder around you and turn that corner, because usually when they go, they're going up to the basket. And if you're going to go, just go in, you know, the definition of verticality, just go straight up. If he makes the shot, fine. But if not, you got an opportunity to get a rebound and cut into the lead.
Okay, Ricky Johnson with an opportunity to shoot 2 here. He makes the first. It's still a one possession game. He can make it a 2-possession here with a minute 17 as the clock begins to wind down again and time becomes very critical as far as A&T is concerned. He made them both.
So Ricky Johnson has had a solid performance as well. Currently right now, 13 points.
Abdullah had the shot. He was cut off from the outside. And it's in and out. Whoa, what a lousy break for A&T on that one. It went all the way down in the bucket and came out.
Yeah, it was a tough shot. Great shot by Whitaker. Just didn't get the friendly roll. It had everybody here in Corbett Sports Center on their feet. So right now, it comes to a point, 10 seconds on the shot clock, 35 in the game.
I'm not understanding A&T's strategy.
A deep 3.
And that will put the nail in the coffin right there. 27 seconds left.
But Aggies got to come down and now hit a quick 3. Can't use too much time.
And another rebound. And in overtime, it seemed like Bethune-Cookman will pull this one out. 82-75.
And Spencer, you know what they always say, patience is a virtue. And as Sam Hunt had to foul to stop the momentum of Bethune-Cookman, but when they say patience is a virtue, Bethune-Cookman displayed that patience within this overtime period. And a wide open shot, a clutch shot that time by Randy Holmes, now gives Bethune-Cookman a 7-point lead.
Okay, Holmes is on the line with a chance to extend that lead. He misses the first, but they're in pretty good shape right now. 7-point lead. 13.7 seconds remaining in the game.
And he goes 1 for 2.
All they got to do now is just step back and let A&T go for it. And they allowed a layup. 7 seconds, and A&T presses in the backcourt. 77-83. And I believe that's going to be our final score.
Well, it was a good play.